All right. FTL music is so nice. It's, you never get sick of it. I think it's part of the charm. It's just got that perfect balance of like interesting enough melody and beat and everything, but not too much. It's a great thing. So anyway, welcome to my stream. I'm Neozar. This is my win streak on hard, doing random ships. I've got a 77 win streak going, and last time we did Stealth A, and then this time I random Stealth C at the end of it. And so that's what we're going to do. It's the last of the stealth ships I have to do for the streak. After this, there's 6 ships left in this cycle, and half of them are Mantis, which is kind of funny. So what was I? Paints. All different colors. Good one for it. So let's see what we got. Oh, I can't spell. Acrylic. Oh, like I can't type. Oils. And water, as in watercolor. That's a good one for watercolor. Alright. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like there's so much I don't know about how to optimally play the ship. I feel like most of my uncertainty revolves around the exact mechanics of the anti-drone. I feel like the shield drone, I have a decent understanding of how it works at this point. So maybe I can show you that some. And it's like the weapons, it's like kind of similar to Stealth A. And it's, I generally know how to use anti-drone. I just don't always know how. I'm not sure if anyone totally understands exactly how it targets and the timing of it. But let's see, here we go. Hard, enabled, acrylic oils, water, the paints. All right, let's get started. See, I'm definitely gonna take it slow on the ship, because it's a tough one, and I'm also like, sometimes I feel like I'm like really super focused right off the bat, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta just like ease into it a little bit. So shuffle the crew around, but slug and piloting is always ideal. Rock. This is a good room for him to help, and he can run between the doors and the engines really easy. Great venting in this ship overall, so it's like fires actually aren't that much of an issue. So many vents. Great thing about a lot of the sea ships, but not all of them. Great weapons. This is like sometimes better than a dual laser. Usually it's a little bit worse because it doesn't have fire chance. And slightly slower firing too. Alright, so let's just take a look at the sector. So I got a store right there. It's like, you don't really want to sell this stuff right off the bat. You want to sell it when you can get like shields for it, or or hold on to it if you can, but it's like more okay to sell it then. But we won't be there yet. I don't really want to go there right away. Definitely don't want to lose the scanners. Trying to think if there's anything that'd make me like actually want to sell something. Just wouldn't have enough scrap really for anything good. Yeah, it's like sometimes, there's options to buy weapons first sometimes. I always find myself like, I ideally want to hold on to them, but find shields at the moment when I need to sell like both of them to afford it, and it's just worth it. But the first thing usually is, before then, just to make fights a lot safer, is going to get a weapons buffer. It just helps out a lot. It's like, you do the same thing on Stealth A sometimes, over cloaking even, just because it's like if there's a drone and it shoots you at the weapons before you can do something about it, you can keep firing. That's your main strength. 3 engines is nice too. Most ships, very few ships start with high engines. So distress beacons are decent because we have Clone Bay and a rock and a slug and stuff. Alright, so let's get into it. Actually, first thing, it's going to do the O2 vent thing because got to eke out all the little advantages. The thing is, Stealth C, it's like, I mean, it's kind of similar with a lot of the bad ships where it's like not all bad. Like there's a number of things about it that are decent, but just like stabilizing in the beginning is just risky. It's just, you know, the Sector 1 especially. Yeah, amazing weapons. It's got a good layout. I mean, it's got a rock and a slug, which is like pretty cool starting crew. Even if drones isn't the best system, like starting with a system still is valuable. You know, engines 3, a Clone Bay. Alright, so we can do this because we have Clone Bay. Unfortunately, Giant Spiders got him. Not surprising. Generally, we want to like chase fights. I've like wondered at times on the Stealth B, especially like if it's worth trying to chase free stuff more or something in empty beacons. I don't really think it is, but it's kind of an interesting thought. Alright. So obviously no drones. So it's like there are some really specific things like with this against these weapons. I'm not sure the time because these come pretty similar. Like sometimes you can try and time this to interrupt whichever specific weapon you want, because it's 8 seconds for the first bubble. But in this instance, I'm just gonna go for it. Because it's like trying to time it in between and not just miss for both is gonna be too tricky for me. This off. So here actually we want to turn this off for a second and turn it back on because each subsequent shield level takes it longer to make, and it's like, so it's actually quicker if you let it know that there's like no shields, and it'll do a quicker bubble. I forget what the exact timing is on that. Miss. Alright, there we go. Force fight. Alright, O2. Oh man, I didn't move him off doors. Yeah, see, I'm playing sloppy already. That's I mean, it's unlikely that would have dodged it, but alright, we got fire and shield, so we got some time. You go help prepare for a moment. Just empty room. It's nice they took the basic laser down. Yes, yes. It's almost back on. Oh, everyone's... I always forget to like save the crew positions when I first remix them or whatever. So, yeah. It's like until I get shield and stuff, I'm not going to be doing anything to like chase crew kills too much. Just a little too risky. I mean, if it comes up and it's just like really easy, then sure, why not? So I need 25 scraps, so 10 more. 1 damage, that's not so bad. Didn't like super scout this out, so it's pretty connected up. think that's alright. I don't love like venting crew every single moment, you know, but NGs, it's always a pain. Like they can be surprisingly frustrating to deal with like these weapons, like burst laser too. So we want that going right away. Slug and piloting is like definitely helpful right here. Engines hack event, man. Stealth ships and engines hack event. If anyone saw my stealth A run, they'll know I saw a really nasty ship with the engines hack event. Although that one had a Zoltan shield and mind control, but a heavy laser with a mini beam, which in some ways is kind of worse because it fires so much faster. Same thing again. Weapons person, mind controlled, so I lose like my advantage partly of the faster weapon charge. Can't man engines because the hacking event prevents manning. Alright, so we try to dance him around a little bit. So I want to vent a little more O2 to make sure we're below. Alright, and then you can go in there. Going drones, that's good. Alright, let me just think for a second, make sure I'm doing everything right. It's like piloting, he's gonna go start manning that. Alright, I wanna like open this up. But not that part, I guess. And try to get like a little O2 going. So he can be manning that. But then make sure we like keep it below whatever. So you just gotta keep an eye on that. Although he's slow enough, it shouldn't matter. I don't think he'll be able to damage it at this point. This is also where like dual lasers, even that 1 second charge, like makes more of a difference against these weapons, because these are 11 seconds to full charge instead of 10. Makes it easier to sync with the mini beam though. It's the kind of goofy layout to like the piloting engines here. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do, you know, weapons into shields. Alright, so we've got the mini beam down, hopefully. He might juggle it. We'll see what happens. Alright, fired one. That's really good, the timing right there. So, fired one shot, but then juggled power. This is going to fire soon, so that sucks that it's, you know, it's going to fire, but our O2 is like right on the line. But limiting that to one shot is like so helpful. I mean, there's a chance we'll dodge it still, 10%. You can just stay there for a second, see what damage happens. Alright, we got the mind control down. CMC interrupted when energy shield is up. No. It's the same way with player stuff, like when they put up the shield after it's already happening, it doesn't like cancel it. It's just the like initiation that's canceled. So that hits. So this is gonna fire soon. This is where this is like a nice weapon though, because we get a chance to fire that. I'm not sure on the timing here. I think, I wish I could remember. I have to like check Mike's video. That at this point it had run long enough that it's worth keeping it going. Yeah, absolutely, obviously. All right, so that's great. The way the shots lined up to hit these weapons and our shots and miss is like super fortunate, because this is totally a fight where it's like if we just had miss they could have just like crippled us, you know, piloting, drone control, weapons, and then just tore us apart, and that would be it. So I definitely feel fortunate about that. Alright, I gotta get the O2 going. Double NG though, this is the thing, they're like recovering quickly. They're gonna have mind control going again in a moment. I'm just keeping the rock here because it's like they can juggle between weapons if one of them gets mind controlled. And the only other thing you can man is doors. Alright, so this should be fun though because the mini beam will do a lot of damage. Well, I guess, yeah, not necessarily because it's only I can do a 4 damage swipe here. So as long as one of these hits. Still gonna just put them into weapons though. I'm pretty sure you can do a 4 damage. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to. Yeah. Make sure I got it right. Alright, so that fight went so incredibly well. I'm kind of just like, gotta take that in for a second because I was prepared for something just horrible right there. The fact that they literally only fired 1 shot from the burst laser 2 and nothing else is just like awesome. And we're still 1 scrap short of even buying our buffer point. And buffer points are one of those things that's like, I hate buying them, but it's like, it's such a good idea to do it, especially here. It's just such a good idea to get it. But it's always just like, oh, I'm not that much further from like getting shields and then not feeling like I'm on the edge every single fight. I'm trying to decide if I want to vent him or not. What is it for 8 health a jump? I should probably just vent you. Sorry, buddy. It's like in case there's borders or something, it's like I don't want to have that being a big issue. Alright, bunch of ships. Let me measure so I can make like a smart sector decision here. So that should be 8 jumps. That's pretty good still. Where's it from? It's like maybe 7 from there, so I might have to do that as the 8th. I got some options. Alright, probably glad they have hacking over over drones. Even if they hack weapons, it's probably still better. Thinking here, like, I probably, because it's like I could run the anti-drone and hope it hits the thing. I might see like where it's going for, but with the mini beam I'll probably try and run the shield and this time try to time it so it comes up after the ion but before the mini beam. I think that's the plan here. So you're gonna go right there. So I'm not gonna run anything for a second. Also, if it just like hacks drone control, I'd rather just not even use one. Well, actually, that's not true. I'd probably use a anti-drone trying to shoot it. So that's got to be an engines hack. Can't imagine what else that would be. So that's okay. We can live with that. Engines don't help against the mini beam. Just slows our escaping, but that's okay. Probably want to bust you out of here though if I can. If you can't man engines, yet another fight. So it's probably time now to put the shield drone up. Yeah, it's too late. Alright, whatever, that's fine. Vent. Probably should have been doing that already. It's always kind of funny when the hacking drone like covers a door. Feels like it kind of shouldn't do that. Should be like, or you should be allowed to like vent that door also or something crazy. Still think it is too early. Yeah. Maybe not. Oh no, that was good, but going for weapons is unfortunate. Not much I can do about that. It's like it maybe could have had this fire and swapped it, but I don't think this would have like I would have only gotten one shot, then this would have been charged in time or something. Maybe there was a play there. So I still took a damage because I did the swipe, but just one. Alright, great. Got a dodge. They're hacked, but at least it's not one power like the engine hack event. It's, you know, so we still go up to 20% in between. This is where we want the that weapons buffer. This is exactly where it'd be like, oh, that's a big deal now. Our mini beam stays up. That's too bad. But it's still helpful. It's like the ion has not been our friend. Wow, that's Slug's doing his work right there. That's doing great. Right. It's also why having the rocket weapons is nice. It's like we really don't want them both to go down. Alright, so it's just going to empty room again, hopefully. Maybe clipping engines, but I don't think so. So that's not so bad. We gotta make sure there's not like a secret fire in this room or something. So do I guess I maybe hold off since this is firing now. This should be up before it. Yeah, there's something. Alright. R2 is getting way too low. I just realized. Oh, thank goodness. I guess actually this is better. Because it's like I can still just like miss like crazy until they repair. And now we can just let this charge up. Alright. It's like still doing alright. Didn't take that much damage. But you know, it all starts adding up because it takes like a while to get everything online. You want to spend as little on repairs as you can. Alright. Investigate. Defense drone Mark 1. That's interesting. Like that's definitely a drone I want to keep. But also makes it like you gotta be careful not like, using all your drone parts constantly every single fight to like, oh, I'll like put this up and then switch to this to shoot the missile instead of using the shield for it so that I can block the other thing and then use it, you know, then 2 fights later you have no drone parts left. Alright, so here we get the weapons buffer. So that would have helped out last fight. We probably would have taken just like 1 less damage. That was what we, but you know, that second swipe could have done the same thing and hit weapons again and been worse. So I think we'll go this way and see what these are. I guess we could just do these ones also, but them are a little more locked in. I mean, I guess if these are environmentals, I have to like double back, but just for 1 jump, and that's okay. Might happen over there anyways. I'm trying to have the most open route without missing anything. They have drone, but it kind of looks like they also only have an ion. Hopefully. Like, do we just strip it? Like, how, you know, if this is a beam drone, I mean, we don't necessarily, like, we might just use a drone part and then it's otherwise a safe fight. Like, there's definitely a chance of that. So we know it's a combat drone or a beam drone because that's all the auto ships have. Combat drone, that's great. It's not a beam drone, it's not a beam drone 2, which is the worst one by far. So ideally, this is just going to blow him up. And then we're going to just try and eat the ion and not use a second drone part just to block ion shots. I guess we should be doing this so the ion oxygen hopefully instead doesn't affect the combat drone's targeting. Now that we have the buffer, if he shoots weapons, it shouldn't be as big a deal. Like when he does it, you know, gives you a double fire to try to make it a big deal. Like, come on, beam drone. I'm not beam drone, combat drone. All the shots to take. I mean, you know, piloting sucks also or something. Well, oh, I'm just gonna start a double fire in weapons, and then ion them. Unfortunate. I mean, there's a chance we dodge this actually. We have 25% dodge. I guess I could have switched the mini beam. It's just like, I don't like being locked into just having the beam. Regretting this fight a little bit. I mean, it might be okay. Like, if this guy blows up, it's like, okay, we're safe from damage other than this burning down possibly. It'd be really great if he blew up one of these times. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Whew. It's like now I'm kind of thinking... I actually don't know the exact respawn timing on a drone. It's 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I feel it's something like that. It's probably going to come up online. It's like the balance between like, well, it's probably going to come up online before the mini beam. But like if I fire both of these and one of them misses, then it's like going to be a lot longer until I can shoot it, you know. I'm going to try. Also, hopefully the anti-drone will hit him right away. Comes back up. They can also potentially have a, that's great, a buffer on drone control, because it can have up to 3 power on it. Oh, hey, Whiskey DeCat, thanks for the raid. Yeah, Stealth C, not a fun time. We had the engine hack event against like a burst laser 2 and a mini beam, and somehow only took 1 damage. I have no idea how that one like worked out okay. But then this fight is hopefully going to come under control now. Alright. Drone's really the only problem here. Alright, finally. We hit it. I'll see if they have a buffer also. Or maybe it'll just blow up again. Yeah, see, they have a buffer point. But at least I got the ion down. Great. He's staying behind me too, so I can't shoot him down either. Ooh. I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit him there. Yeah. You know, he's like, I can't fire yet. I give my life. I give my life to protect you from 1 more damage, and I appreciate it. Man, another miss, but the beam gets it. Alright. So hopefully we won't miss too many more shots, and we can keep this fight safe. It's like, I don't trust it. Yeah, worthy suicide. For sure. And my last run was Stealth A, and it was just like a brutal Sector 1, and I barely got through it. And I was like thinking, it's like, wow, I was glad I was on the Stealth A for the sector, not one of the other ones. And now it's like I saw the engine hack event again, but didn't have a Zoltan shield this time, so a little better. 19th scrap is great. I should probably vent you guys. I'm sorry. I always feel bad. But medical airlock it is. So I'm wondering also if like it might be worth selling like all 3 of these drones potentially if I need that to get shields at the time it comes up. Like I'd probably hold on to this one the most if I can. But it's like with these weapons, it's just like, you know, you get shields. It's a lot safer run. Go this way. Definitely not paying 22 scrap, although mini beam and a drone, which could be a beam drone, is like pretty gross. This could also just be like an anti-drone or something we don't care about. But we're not paying 22 scrap to them. Alright, so I think it might be... Oh, I just did it. At least we have the weapons buffer now. This doesn't affect the beam drone, but yeah. And every fight, I feel like it doesn't matter if there's been like one fight where it's mattered to man engines, because either we can't because they hack it, or it's the engine hack event, or it's beam, so it doesn't matter. I also delayed and put him out by like half a second to see what drone it was, which was probably a mistake because that can affect how fast it targets. Well, it doesn't necessarily matter. It can also miss immediately. Yeah, it's like, that's one of the things with the Stealth C. At least it has a bunch of money built in. You should blow up on the first time instead of being like the combat drone. Great layout for swiping, at least. I'm actually still not even below 50. You might as well start repairing it since I can't dodge anything. Oh, can I shoot you? I slipped on the pause. Oh, that's a mistake. Unless he stops right there. Yeah, that's... Alright, it's alright. It's like the third or fourth fire and weapons we've had this run so far. Alright, so hitting the drone, hopefully they don't have a buffer point on this one. Oops, not that. Oh, thank goodness, they do not. Got their weapons. Just like, alright, here we go. You have to get, yeah, alright, this is just a buffer point. Oh, and then the Mantis on drone repair. Yeah, 2 engines. At least it's the Mantis on the drone control. But just like one more swipe, and we're good here. I mean, that's just such the power of this ship versus like Stealth B, where it's just like, oh, your weapons got damaged, you can't afford a buffer, and now you have to wait forever and just get eaten alive. Like almost certainly, like this Sector 1 and the Sector 1 of my last run in Stealth A both would have been losses on Stealth B. Just like so hard. So I don't really want to switch the shield. I want to be confident that I can hit this. Alright. Phew. It's like, we're still doing okay here. We don't know if there'll be another store this sector because there's one right in the beginning that we skipped because there's just no point in going there that early. Alright, good. I was worried that this was going to be an environmental and I was going to regret my pathing. What do we got going on here? Yeah, it's like we're almost to shields with all this. I think we're just a couple scraps short. I always forget exactly what that sells for. But we're about there. Alright, fend for yourself, attack and escape. I might use the defense drone also. I'm not sure. I don't know. Depends how it goes. Vent out. I love when you get to the point where it's like you have to vent O2 to mess with the targeting. That's like lower than I actually meant to. Use FTL charge either. Alright, so it's a Lido. So this is going to eat the heavy. Do we use another drone part to deal with the Lido? I want to say no, but I'm not positive if that's true. It's like I'm not positive it's going to even intercept it. I mean, it probably will, but I'm going to try to dodge one of these shots. Alright, so flicker the power on him to reset the timing on it. And it's like that'd be a reason to use the drone part, because it's like now I can't use one, but hopefully my shots land here. Hopefully both of them land. So I should be firing the mini beam slightly earlier, so it like hits the second the shields go down, so you can swipe engines. Oh, well, I guess I did it in time still. This spaces them out more than like the dual laser. Alright, no buffer on shields is awesome. That's where this weapon is gets a lot better. Still, go repair that. So the shield overcharger, how it works is like the first shield bubble takes 8 seconds, and then each level past that takes longer. And so if your shield gets broken, it doesn't like reset that. So if it's only been like a couple seconds after it made the shield bubble when it gets broken, if you depower it for a frame or more or whatever, and then repower it, it resets it back to the 8 seconds. So it'll actually be quicker. I forget, I think it's like 4 or 5 seconds it adds each cycle. Mike Hopley did a video about how it works. So it's like sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it's not, depending like how long it's been going around. But that time it was obvious because it just made the bubble, so I knew like it'd do it faster. Because like against the heavy laser, you can actually block every shot if you do that, versus if you just left it running the second shot, it would not be up in time. It's definitely these things that are just like not obvious at all, that people took years and years to figure out, and now I get to just like learn from people, and I don't have to mess with game mechanics and learning all that stuff like through testing. It's very nice. Very appreciative of the FTL community and all they've figured out. Alright, store. 72. It's like, do we take a fight first? Is that fight gonna kill me? And then I'm gonna be like, well, that was really dumb. And how many jumps do we have left? I got 4 in the sector. You can get 3 before that one if we want. Like, we could do 1, 2, 3, potentially even. That seems too risky, probably. I gotta check what, I forget what that sells for exactly. Alright, so 30 and 17. 30, it's nice. I was like 32, and that's 30 and 17. So it's 47. So it's 72 for if I sell all 3, which is, so that's fine. It's 144. So that's like shields and some repairs, but I have to sell like everything. Which like is definitely makes me weaker than if I can do like keep just the defense drone or something. It's always so hard knowing, like, is it worth fighting another ship? I mean, I feel like it is. You know, we've taken less than half our haul with a bunch of nasty fights. I feel like the advantages of taking another fight are probably more. Let's find out. Alright, this definitely feels worthwhile. shieldless auto ship without drone control or any other systems. Do we even use the shield thing here? I'd rather not. I mean, I get the first shot, definitely. It's too late now to change my mind, because that's going to get the second shot. But I'll take 1 damage for drone part, especially if I'm going to like be going to a store. I mean, 13's good, but like if you don't get what you need, it can be you can use a lot of drone parts really quick to get later into the game. He should have been in engines. It's like the second time I've done that now. It's the one thing about starting people indoors. Like, it's better for boarding events and stuff, definitely, but if you make mistakes and forget that they're there, it's like worse putting them there. Hey, Ray. How's it going? Alright, I'm not going to take that because it's just like, if it's bad or it's something where it's like a rebel and they run and I miss all my shots and then I miss the store, it's like, that's just awful. So I'm going to the store. Ooh, burst laser 3, there we go. Game-winning weapon. Go biobeam. Hacking. Alright. Do I have to sell everything? No. What do I keep? It's like, I always feel like I want to use this and it to be cool, and there are times it works out really well, but like, defense drone is just such a more reliable thing, I feel like, and then it sells for more selling this. Well, it's like, I'm definitely going to do this because getting shields makes this a lot less necessary, although it's still helpful. It's like, I'm not going to buy anything else they have here other than repairs and shields. I feel like I'd rather do that and keep the defense drone, since it was freebie, than sell it. Because it's like, usually when I have drone control, I'm not buying cloaking. It's like what I substitute. So it's like, I want to get, hacking, obviously, and then mind control, probably, and like a defense drone instead of cloaking. Yeah, Whiskey, that's pretty much my thought process there. Yeah, right, this stealth C run, it's like, it's kind of similar sector to my stealth A run, not quite as bad. But a lot luckier with my shots. I didn't have as many like horrible shots as I did in my stealth A run. So it had the look of going really bad, but I feel like it's gone pretty well. I mean, we got enough money to have a defense drone now and shield, so at this point it's looking good. You saw the engines hack event again with mind control, but this time they didn't have a Zoltan shield, and they had a burst laser 2 instead of a heavy laser. Which is actually kind of better because it's so much slower. Alright. They don't need to prevent or whatever right now. Shields! We have shields. That's great. Let's just soak that in for a second. Shields and defense drone. We have such good weapons. I feel so much happier with green hull. Things are looking good. Feeling good. Still got 2 jumps in Sector 1 for the exit. Beautiful. I don't think we saw an empty beacon. Well, not going to go there either, I don't think. That's just like, it's too risky. You never know what you're going to find. Like, you might find some like drone you can kill really quick, but so whatever. It's like slightly tempting. I mean, 14 is a lot of drone parts, and I don't expect to use them nearly as fast. I mean, especially now, it's like I'm only going to use it in like missile fights or like asteroids until I get hacking, and I need hacking. Like, I need scrap to get hacking. Like, obviously I'm not going to sell 12. Thinking about selling 6. For a second I was almost just be like, default, just ignore. Because I'm like, oh, I need those. But I don't really need them quite as much now until I can get hacking. It's like 8 drone parts is decent. You know, because 11 is kind of like, you know, I usually shoot for 10 if I'm being like comfortable with it. Train weapons on second jump crystal. That's great. That's a ship that definitely benefits from weapons training because they're just like a little bit too much slower than all the other ships in the beginning. But I kind of like the crystal heavy. It's not such a bad weapon. Yeah, I'm going to sell 6. It's like I feel like the advantage, like the chance of me running short and being a real huge problem is less than the chance of like me wanting this extra scrap for a store in the beginning of the next sector or something. Alright, so that's a really obvious choice. Uncharted sucks. Civilian's awesome. Also leads to green and more green. So, yeah. Easy choice. Yeah, alright, that kind of sucks though. The 2 early stores. An asteroid field, which is like, it's not as bad as it was before, but it's like, what would I even get? It's like I can't even buy like a heavy laser if I sell the defense drone. So I'll probably path around, do a couple. I need a break for just like 1 quick minute, and then I'll get into this sector though. So let me just pause it. And so I'll be back like super quick, but. All right, thanks for bearing with me there. Let's get back to it. So there's 2 stores, and it's like asteroid field. That's almost tempting in some ways. Like I might end up going there. And there's a chance of another store, plus like stores from events and stuff. Because it's like ideally you want to, you know, later in Sector 2 if you don't have a ton of scrap coming in. So we want to get some other offense online by Sector 3. Although we can get by there. I mean, with Stealth A, which is a better ship, we did. It's like empty beacon's not necessarily bad, but it's like then you're trapped going to the store, which is just could be an empty jump then. That's like whatever. I'm gonna go here. But like it's not fun going against 2 shields, but you can definitely do it. It's just risky. All right, so this is much better. There's a chance even like I'll take 2 and just double back in the nebula. But gives us a chance to get some scrap and then maybe go to the store. We don't have a ton of fuel either at this point, so I wouldn't mind buying some. All right, so I'll have to see. Might flicker shields here for that. I'll have to decide. So I still want to do this. I'm not strong enough yet to not be doing this. Man, I think that's got to be about like half of the fights we've had now. Like the first shot of the fight did a fire and weapons. It's just getting kind of crazy. Like that one combat drone doing the double fire and weapons on his first shot. Ooh, man. And then double fire there. It's like, what are the odds of that? I think it's 10% fire chance. And I forget what it is for double fire. Like, it's alright, but it's just kind of crazy sometimes. But you play enough FTL, it's like you gotta, you know, sometimes you get crazy good luck. Sometimes you're gonna get crazy bad luck. It's kind of the nature of the game. And they don't have a shields buffer. So that's awesome. Oh, they've got a fire there. Another ship that just like doesn't start with sensors. I mean, they give you a slug at least. But it's always kind of feels like some of the bad ships are just like, well, we won't add sensors either. They don't need sensors, do they? They're bad already. You don't want them to see how bad they are. You can go help him repair. So is the Mantis firefighting still while the Rock is repairing? I mean, they really prioritize repairing shields, I guess. Because you'd think they'd switch it up a little bit. They might once he's low health. Yeah, wait for that Mantis to burn to death. It's like if they didn't have a Rock, it'd be a lot easier. You know, I wish if I had sensors, I'd be thinking more like oxygen kills here. They may be way too long, but we'll see. Yeah, way too long in Bioswipe. It's like as helpful as it is to get a free power and a crew member right now in some ways, like with shields coming up. With that store right there and wanting weapons, I'd just so much rather get scrap from you. Oh really? And you had more than 15 health when you ran? I forget what, maybe they run at 20? I don't know. Or if it would turn to double fire. Let's see. You're gonna stay doing the O2 repair? Yeah. The timing isn't great on the weapons now. No idea what their oxygen is at. I feel like it might not. I mean, it might be low there because of the fires. Like, I don't know what his health is at. I mean, if it's low enough, it's either that it's really low and he doesn't want to go fix it, or it's not that low, so he just doesn't care. Which I feel like is probably more likely. I don't know if I'm going to be going for a crew kill here. Alright, so there we go. Never mind. Yeah, he's going for it now. So I'm going to like bioswipe him some. Can also start fires. which will really slow down his repair also and suck up more oxygen. So there's a chance here we get like a slave and some scrap. Just thanks to the fire chance of mini beam. Because this is where like dual laser is better in a lot of ways, because you get the fire chance from it. Probably have that repaired soon, but like there's a chance I maybe should be damaging it or waiting to damage it here. But yeah, that's too bad. But might still be okay. It's only level 1. Yeah, that would have been way better if I just waited though for that second charge and then did 2 shots into it. So it's like I kind of saw that coming. It's one of those things, you know, or saw it right after the fact. It's like, It's like at this point I might as well just like wait another moment. Actually, no, the mini beam's still too slow. If I fire now, it's going to do damage, yeah, for sure. Alright. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely still a chance here. Oh, yeah. He's too low health, and there's a fire or something to eat up the oxygen. So now we want to just bioswipe him because I don't want him to like live long enough in there and repair the weapons. Thankfully, he's like started and stopped repairing the weapons so many times now. It's been enough time to fully repair it like twice over, I feel like. All right. So this is the easy choice. We definitely want the NG for all the blue options and the repairs, everything. Yeah, so look at that. So glad we didn't take this on NG with a bunch of scrap. I mean, that's got to be high scrap, sector 2. Fuel, missile. That is a great fight. Totally worth taking 2 damage. It's like, what's happening? But I'd be happy with like not having any more fires and weapons like at the very beginning of the fights, just as a new thing to try out. I think it would be fun. I love a good crew kill. That's why I love mini beam. It's so great for that. So it's like, you know, if I go and I sell this or something, you know, there's weapons I could buy. I could buy a flak 1 with that, which I totally would probably do. But I'd like more scrap. I feel like I'd rather hit the nebula beacon at extra time. I mean, it might not even matter. I could try to measure it now. It's a little tricky this far out. Probably got 10. Yeah, I mean, nebula might cost me a whole jump still, but I feel like that's worth doing that. I'm feeling it. Let's see. Everyone save your positions. You can just start out in engines now, so I don't forget about you anymore. All right, let's do it. There's something to this. It's like, you know, these sync up a decent amount. I mean, having NG, putting them on shields helps me. They don't have any extra systems. They have 2 shields is the real killer here. Like, you need to land both shots. And then you have a bunch of hull. It's like it can take a while to break them down. I mean, 9 scrap's not like nothing. I mean, that gets me, if there's a heavy laser at the store, I can buy it and not repair and not sell anything. I mean, I'm taking it against 2 shields. I don't know. I feel like this one's kind of a hard call, because there's a lot of ways this could go completely safe. It's like I do 1 damage, and then they have Mantis on board, and it's just like over. Or it could be like they have NG, and they're just like repairing really fast, and they keep dodging one of my shots, and just like start fires on my ship instead. I found out, well, I mean, I kind of knew, but I forgot that the, there we go. I'm so glad I took that. Perfect. Definitely going to buy that. But I did the Mantis Prize Fighter event in Sector 2, which I feel like is not a common thing. And then I forgot, you know, it's like an Elite Mantis ship on the second part. And it had 2 shields and a halberd and ion stunner. And then, you know, like a bunch of crew and teleporter. And I was like so unprepared for it. And it ended up running away. I was on Fed B, and it escaped because I just like couldn't keep it suppressed. I was just like, oh my goodness, I would have killed the first ship if I realized that's what the second ship was going to be. So I'm just like thinking for a second, there's no reason to not buy that. I mean, I need to get another weapons point to use it. But I mean, I could also use it with just that, or just the mini beam. It's kind of funny. It has fire chance, I guess. A little riskier. But yeah, I mean, it feels like a no-brainer to me. It's like, this isn't great, but I don't feel like it's worth selling the defense drone over. I'm very tempted to sell the defense drone. I keep talking about it. It's like I don't usually really use defense drones until late game. Even on ships I get them on or plan to use them on. Like, there's like other ways I'd rather deal with missiles. Like hacking and stuff. Because I might not see another store. Because this one... Technically, no, I don't think I can make that. But also, I don't know if I really want to do an asteroid field. Because if it's an asteroid field with a drone, it's just asking for it. I'm slightly wondering, like, do I sell the scanners just for like a couple repair and fuel? Part of me really feels like I'm supposed to sell this right now. And I don't know if it's right or wrong. I mean, if I run into like Artemis a couple times, it'll be super worthwhile to keep it versus like repairing up a little bit. 9 fuel's not awful. And there's a chance I find another store. And we'll hold on to it. That's a decision I'm like pretty uncertain about what's the right call there. I mean, I don't know if there's like, you know, how much you can really determine that even right there. Flak. I mean, I guess the defense drone might come in handy here. Double NG. Ugh. Yeah, it's like I'm wondering if it's worth running the defense drone here. Wish I had weapons training. I feel like it's more worthwhile if I miss here. Is kind of what I'm waiting for a little bit. I should have had you on shields, but I think it comes up in time anyways. Because it's like, best, it's going to make me avoid 1 damage. And it's like at worst, it's either not going to do anything or it'll just like shoot one of the false ones. I'm trying not to use it. And also, fire my mini beam. Jeez, what am I doing? Just, all I can think about is this defense round, apparently. Alright. I hate how it's the fake ones. It's like, so you never know what it's doing. So, only 1 hit, that's fine. Well, I guess you can go repair the clone bay instead now. Angie's. Your repairs and getting back to your systems immediately. Come on. I mean, I'm going to do this. Oh, come on. Ugh, what is your evasion? And now I'm starting to think of like, well, maybe it'll be more worthwhile to use that defense drone, but it's like, then I wish I had it on from the beginning. I mean, but it's also like, there's no reason to not. Like, I don't want to waste it just because I should have used it earlier. It's like I want to limit the amount of chip damage I'm trying to take here. Just 1 damage, that's alright. Alright, and that's shields are up in time for that. So as long as we don't get like just tons and tons more misses, we'll be we'll be good. Here we go. Double rewards. So it's like right now, it's like in a lot of ways I want to put my next weapon or my next points to that. I'm also like wondering if I should just get 2 shields first. It's like I'm closer in scrap to getting just that, and so I feel like I'm tempted to do that. More and more I'm like, oh, I should have sold that defense drone. Not worth thinking about anymore, really. Look at all those lasers. Look at all those lasers. But this time, put Mantis on repairs. That would be great. I'll get a crew kill again. Now, I feel like I always see people say how one of the downsides of tablet is like it's harder to aim beams, and I feel like I had such an easier time doing it because you can readjust it. It's like you could put it down and then you can just like nudge this. It's so much easier than having to get it right like in one go. Thank you so much for this one. Oh no, come back on. Yeah, drain. Alright, yeah. Burst Laser 2s have been our friend, honestly. We've been taking them down every fight. Whenever there's Burst Laser 2s, we just take them out. Yeah, I'm not gonna start trying to do anything fancy here. Asteroid field. Well, hopefully we can avoid it. We'll go here first. You know, not nearly as bad with shields. I'm thinking more and more I'm just gonna get this online first. It's like fuel. Hopefully we get some fuel. No teleporter. Although it's like this would be a great training ship if we had shields too. I guess I should probably do the venting thing. Because these ships have like weird crew things. The NG like has to run around to move to weapons, and so because of that, my mini beam fired first, even though he's not any more trained, and so he took it out just before it fired. And it's like, so that wouldn't happen on some ships, like rebel ships. They start right in the weapons usually, I think. But there's always the weird like NG dance thing they get to here. And they're iron mist anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but... Alright, so that's enough for my choice of shields or weapons. I mean, I guess I've always been a weapons person. It's like I'm not really powering the oxygen anyway, so why pretend? Just do that. It's beautiful. In that case, I do want to charge it up like a little more first. So it's like, as long as we have like nothing terrifying and, you know, like an alright rest of the sector, a decent next sector, and then we find hacking at some point, like, we'll be looking pretty good for this run, I think. Please don't run away. So they must just have like shipboard drones, you know. So if they weren't running, this would be a training ship, but unfortunately they are running, so. It's like we have the many weapons now. Like, that's so nice, just having so many laser shots. So what we got? Yeah, just 2 more, but it felt super worthwhile taking that extra jump and then wasting that nebula jump. Like, trading a jump now for doing that, because that meant we got this burst laser without selling anything. So, feel good enough about that choice. So we'll just do 1, 2, exit. I think we're good on oxygen. Listen to their offer. Space dock. Agree to rescue the store. That's great, because it's like, that's a spot where we're like, okay, we know a store is there. We just have to go and do a fight and we get a store in that spot is a very valuable thing to have. Alright, aid civilian ship. So decent chance we'll use the defense drone here. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't be. I guess to start, I'll do this. You can actually go indoors. Probably should have been there already. Gotta vent down a little bit anyways. I'm just gonna turn it on. Just a lead out, so that's good. That was a miss. And he did his job. Good job. Good job, everyone on the team here. Except for you. Alright, so they're crippled. I mean, now I guess I like see about a crew kill for a second here. Not super expecting it with 2 NGs and medbay, but you actually can probably just stay in weapons. I guess you've been getting some training. Maybe don't want to just kill you for no reason. Yeah, I'm not going to get a crew kill against all these NGs and stuff. Even if I like lure one over here. Well, you know, just wait. It might come up. Just finish him off. Alright, I'm not going to put you in a vented room. That's pretty dumb. Alright, extra crew member. I'll take it. So you can just stay on shields now. You can go indoors. So, oh, there's another store. It's like slightly tempting, but not really. I hate diving so much, and also I'm so not prepared to dive for the ship. I would get torn apart most likely. So just the exit beacon. Feels not amazing, but even just having that quest, so it's like we'll know exactly where a store is and can plan it, makes it so much easier. I think we have green sectors next too, so it's like we got at least 2 stores. This also, it's like I want to do this one, but I kind of feel like I should be doing this one. I'm also wondering, like, do I buy the 2 shield points first before I buy any power still? Because I can, like, choose then if it's like, oh, I'll be safe with 2 shields, so it doesn't matter what my offenses are. It's like, that's a possibility some fights. They're going to NG Homeworlds. Free stuff. More stores. Don't want to get caught, like, with just the one other store. Alright, so that's a store right there. We know that. So it's like we don't need to go there immediately because we have some fuel. It's like pretty quickly. I mean, at least NG ships don't have offensive drones. So that's good. It's like our power is definitely light. Thanks, Whiskey. Thanks for the raid and hanging out and stuff. Have a good night. So we got distress here. Kind of split up sector, actually. I guess this connects. That's good. So you can do that. A little like point, little cone head over here. So it's not so bad. So that's like Nowheresville. So we'll probably do this. So I guess we want to try and save the scrap we have until we go to the store, if possible. And we should be able to take at least one fight first. For some reason, I keep thinking also like a sector further than we are. I don't know what it is. Man, another free defense drone. Well, now I definitely should have sold the other one, right? I don't need 2 defense drones. But that's great, though. That's a bunch more scrap. Alright, shipment of goods. That's like a decent quest. It depends what result you get at the first like branch. All those things are also better with a clone bay. I can't remember if that one is specifically, but I think some of the branches might be. So is it save the store? All right. So 2 shields. It's gross, but having 4 laser shots makes it so much easier. Depends what this is. There's a decent chance that's an Artemis. We've only seen Leo so far, which has been convenient, but just gonna put one up. If we get lucky with our shots, we'll disable them pretty well. Alright, so that's a Lido. It's like right now I'm like, okay, so what's the ideal way of doing power here? Because it's like I don't think I can depower shields for that. Because they've got a, if they didn't have the man there possibly, but that means I have to depower something to power this. I think I have to wait until it's closer. Because it still has a shot to fire. I really don't want to interrupt that if I can. Means I can do this. Or I could do that. Alright. So, I guess I didn't use that drone part, at least so far, but that's fine. Alright, so that worked out. Hopefully now the mini beam can do its stuff. Alright, their things are down, so I want to try and dodge this if I can. Nope. That's alright. Oh, they got a fire too. Cool. So I guess we'll kind of see what happens there. Although I'm not even sure what the rewards are. So, you know, there's not always extra rewards. And yeah, they dealt with it already, so I'd rather just disable them a bit more. Instead of trying to do recruit kill. Alright, so that's not so bad. 2 damage. Alright, we get the hull repair, scrap. So nice, they give you scrap and then open up a store. Kind of interesting weapons. I don't think I'm going to buy anything. You know, there's something to like the halberd, I guess. The halberd charge laser. I'm not a big fan of buying halberds, although it's better on a 3-slot weapon ship too. Thing is, I'm pretty happy with this weapon setup for right now. I feel like it's not worthwhile to like ditch it immediately. 7 fuel, that's great. I'm gonna buy all of it. And we don't actually need to really buy hull repair so much now. Do I just buy the battery this early? It saves me 5 scrap and you know, I don't have systems yet to really utilize it a ton. I guess the drone does. I mean, I kind of think I should. Makes hacking more likely to appear. But that's the other thing. It's like, I'm in an NG sector. I haven't seen any stores. There's a decent chance to be like, oh, next, you know, I do a jump and then there's a store and it has hacking. And I don't want a battery and no hacking. It's also the thing with this ship. It's like there's so many things I want and need. Like I need shields too. I need a ton of power. I need battery. I need hacking. Because it's like I need to make 50 more scrap then to buy hacking. I mean, I'm kind of okay without it for right now, I guess. There's not even a guarantee I'm going to see it or a battery for a while, even if there are stores. System repair drone. All right, well, there's a store, but maybe we can get enough jumps in first. There's some decent distress options, actually, don't we? Beam weapon. 20 scrap. We're going to try to be a hero. No extra systems. I mean, definitely some damage there, but it really depends how they use the charge too. System repairs, like, I almost never have them because it's just like, while they are useful, they're not usually worth the drone parts. But I actually have some like cool blue options. But pretty much always sell them at like the first chance I get. So just battery right away, so I don't have to like deal with weapon micros so much. Right, yeah, dodge. I guess I gotta be, hey, you're almost trained. A good pilot. What swipe do we do? I guess weapons still. It's like I'm tempted to do shields. But right, weapons training level 1, that's great. Small bomb. Nice, got a fire in O2. But, yeah. Yeah, so that pulls the NG because they really don't like shields being damaged. Pretty understandable. Alright. This is getting all my training in fight. Alright, man, some good fights there. Wow. So I was like, you know, if I find a store like within a jump, I'm not going to be able to buy hacking if I buy the battery. And I buy the battery, and I jump later. I'm like, okay, well, I can take 2 jumps. And it's like, I'm already up to 99. And I have that system repair drone. So I'm just going to go right there. I guess I could have taken the empty one, but No hacking, but that's okay. I'm gonna sell him. Too many things I want. Let's just see though. So what do I have for jumps left? Do I only have 2 or 3? Oh, it's a little close, isn't it? I want to say it's safe. It's close. Not a really close one. So I'll have to see if I want to try and take that quest or not. It's like not crazy worth chasing. I mean, it can be good for sure. Just like me wonder, like, oh, because there might be a store over here. Because I only saw this one. Or there could be a store there. I should have had like 6 more jumps in this sector. I'm not buying any of those things. Not buying any of these things. Oh, thanks, Ray. Have a good day. And hey, Thomas. Yeah, good enough run. It was another. It was looking real rough for a little bit in the beginning, but it was overall. We still saw really bad fights like the stealth A run, but we were luckier with our shots by far. Like I saw the engines hack event again, like just a couple jumps in, and instead of heavy laser mini beam this time, it was burst laser 2 mini beam, which worked out better because it was slower, and we got it offline. And they didn't have a Zoltan shield this time, although they still had mind control. So, and then it's like multiple drone fights, of course. But overall, I feel like the fights that were really bad, we got good luck on our shots, and like took more damage on fights that shouldn't have been as bad. And we got some free stuff. And then Sector 2 was pretty good. And we got some crew and stuff going on now. What am I deciding? I did all this. I should probably buy shields too at this point. I don't think it's worth holding on to just for... in case I guess I've gotten by without it. If there's hacking, I still want to buy it. I feel like this quest, I never know if it's worth chasing. I gotta look at the options on it again. The like delayed shipment. There's just so many like quest trees in the merchant's request or whatever. Because it's like you can get that event there that's just like you lose a crew member even if you have Clone Bay, and it's just awful. Or wait, is that... no, that's a drone parts delivery one. Yeah, it's either just like a fight or it's that cargo delivery thing. I mean, I guess that's like a decent quest then. Versus like the odds of me hitting a store. Although it's like, I wish I knew if this was actually 3 jumps or not, because it might not even matter then. Try and measure it like one more time. Man, it's tight. It's like, because it kind of lines up like with where those shift over. I guess it's... I think it's safe. I think it's going to be like just, you know, right in the middle there. Which makes me want to try and get a store more than that quest, honestly. I feel like hacking is a bigger deal. Like a chance at that. Your personal drone. And I just check it once more now that we're even closer. Yeah, I mean it's tight, but I think it's there. So do a fight, and then maybe that'll be a store. Probably not, but either way, get a fight. It works. All right, got a map and some scrap. Map and scrap. There's the store. If you want to dive, I do not want to dive. Guess I should have checked that again. I mean, I guess if that is a dive, then I'll just go to the store. Promise to help. NG crew, 32 scrap. Nope. Man, I've been pretty happy with my ruler measuring. This is like the second or third jump that I've like called a couple out. That I'm like, I feel like it's good. It's really tight, but it's gonna be okay. I can do it. And it's just like, yeah, that's pretty tight. It's about as tight as it gets, I feel like. But it's totally fine. So that makes me happy. And that makes me happy too. That's a bunch of scrap. I should really buy shields, but I'm gonna see if there's a store first jump next sector first. Man, I don't know, something very satisfying to me about doing that. I think just because it's like showing off my ruler skills. Explore the asteroid field. Oh, nice. Fuel. So ready to just take damage. I'm so going to engine controlled over resultant controlled. That's an easy choice. Super easy choice. Resultant controlled is like terrifying. Alright, so we're not going to fight yet. We got to do that. We got to have more than 7 power too. Well, let's see. This, what is it? This is the one that's only 17 scrap, I think. 95. We can do that at least. It's like, this lets us charge our weapons and our shields and have like 1 bar of power to move around for something. I'm pretty happy with that. That's a nice late exit. Weird sector. But at least this connects, because it's like otherwise it doesn't work out as good. Definitely one you got to do in like an order though, yes. So it's like, go here to just know if those are stores or not that I probably won't go to at all. I'll be missing, so I'm not looking for them later. Alright. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain to get through a shield because of this guy. Hopefully it comes out okay. I guess I just used this because no reason not to. I don't have any other systems to use it on this fight. The plus is, I don't think they'll have any other drones if they have these two. And so as long as we get through their shields, the mini beam, it'll hit enough systems that they'll like have to do repairs and they won't be running nearly as fast. This is also like kind of good training in a bunch of ways. Although that double shot there was really bad timing. Come on. I guess do it like this first. How many fights has it been the first shot on the ship is in weapons and it starts a fire? That's got to be number 6 now, at least. Man, so many. It's like I hadn't had that in a little while. It's just like all Sector 1. It's like I really want this mini beam to be charging. Alright, so first laser. there. Well, actually, you stay on shields because I still need our shields to come up for this guy. Miss. Please don't miss. Almost hit him too. Doesn't super matter. So there's a decent chance they're gonna just like run at this point now. I guess in some ways maybe it wouldn't be worth having that charge over this, because it's like I could fire 3 shots. Might be worthwhile. It's always nice when that like feels worthwhile after doing that. Or the effort of having to do that. Okay. Well, not getting hit by the mini beam that time at least. They're going to be running pretty soon, I think. Just trying to think of where. I mean, I guess just put into shields in case one of them does get through, so we can kill them faster before they get repairs going. Just a little damage should make the fight a lot safer. Yeah, it's like if I just miss my shots and they're shooting him down, it's like there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I guess I could have been trying to like race them to run. I'll do it once my battery's up again. I mean, maybe I have a chance to shoot again. Yeah, I didn't really think so. It's like if their piloting is 1, if there's a chance this hits it, I guess that's the way to do it. Otherwise, it's like he's not gonna be able to run from piloting fast enough. If I hit systems, like he'll leave to go repair, but they'll jump before he's out of there. I'm almost positive. There's a small chance. I mean, I should have been firing already to do this. No, they're out of there. The fire in there, there's no way they're not jumping now. Damn. But I'm pretty sure if I did the rooms, he would have been out of the room in time. They would have jumped anyway. So that sucks, you know, double lost scrap because we don't get the scrap from the fight, and we don't get the scrap from the jump that we now miss from the fleet doubling. But that's okay. Oh, those are all ships. I mean, NG empty jumps are actually often really, really good. So that's okay. Those defense drone 2s just like, they're rough sometimes. Not a whole lot we can do about that. That's the thing with the fights in NG sectors. Honestly, in a lot of ways, like, they can be pretty bad. That's like so much scrap. I mean, it's repairs too, I guess, but I just see dollar signs when I see all repair drones. But so that's great. So I'm going to do that and then that. But that's almost definitely a sell. Like maybe I'll use it like once or something. But engine hack event again. Really like this event apparently. It's just the missile. I mean, I guess there's like a world where I could get like a crew kill in this thing. We'll see. Alright, I'm gonna do that because it's Artemis. Only level 1, that's nice. Yeah, obviously I'm trying to leave the door open for a crew kill here. You should be really low, I think. Yeah, 12, that's fine. Alright, so leave him a hit from dead. Alright, so if we're gonna do a crew kill here, this guy we wanna just like kill immediately now. I didn't count how many times I've shot that guy. Don't really have to deal with cloning until afterwards, but... Alright, so you're one hit from dead. Alright, so got the bio swipe on him. Oh, and there's a fire too. That's good. Clone base still up. Wait, I have oxygen. That's fine. Don't know what his health is, but I want the fire to get him a bit more. If I can. Give the clone base a few seconds, I guess. But if they clone, it's like all game over in that regard. Perfect. All right. Great. That's crew kill. You are definitely too low in getting vented. I don't super want to vent you because you've got your training. Not that I always like chase after that, but I don't know, I've got the extra crew. Pretty reliant on a certain amount of dodge right now. I think that's okay. It's an NG sector, so it's not like there's like tons of boarding events all the time. Alright, so how are we doing here? Go to the store. Nice safe jump. That's the thing too, you get double jump to heal in a little bit. Hacking, so probably gonna buy that. There's a drone recovery arm. I mean, I guess there's always the classic, the hull repair thing, but it's not really something I really do a whole lot of. Just like, it feels like such an investment to like make up for taking damage when I could instead invest in not taking damage in the first place with like a better ship. I do want mind control also, which like, that's mind control. I mean, that just gives me so many options for crew kills and managing fights. And then I'm like, okay, all I need to do is upgrade and get... I mean, you could probably win with these weapons. I wouldn't want to. But that'll be like the only thing left out. You know, get with defense drone, just one is fine. You know, that's all enough. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm all about that. There we go. Sector 4, got my systems, got all my systems except for sensors if I want to buy that late game as a decoy hack target or something. Alright, let's keep it going. Definitely happy with how this run is stabilizing at this point. Alright, some free scrap. Also because, I mean, there's no ship that's totally safe in FTL. Like, you're never going to have a ship that, like, at least, you know, I mean, late game kind of, you can get that. But no ship in the beginning. There's no ship that's so good that you'll absolutely never, ever, ever lose with it if you're perfect. Like, FTL can always just decide you lose. But there's, you know, a lot of ships where it's like that's really rare if you play right. And there's some ships where it's like not that uncommon. And I feel like this is the only ship I have left in this cycle of my streak that's really, really bad. Mantis C and Mantis B both have issues as well. But otherwise, I've got pretty strong ships left. I mean, there's only 6 left is part of the reason why, but still. I've had a few cycles that ended, well, not a few, I've had like one cycle that ended with really bad ships, I guess. I've only done 2, so I can't really say I've had a few. So I've got 3 jumps before that one. I've probably got 4 jumps before that one, actually. But I'll figure out going this way. I don't like playing it like right on the edge. Alright, so this is the smashed NG ships. The NG ships smashing it. So thankfully you have NG crew to like inform you of what's happening there. So yeah, achieve a union. Get a little debris from the scraps, I guess. Scraps from the scraps. It's gonna be foolish meat sacks, right? Or is it gonna be an actual defense? Foolish meat sacks. Ah. All right. 3 shields. If they have a defense drone too, that'll be a pain. Although now we have hacking. We have hacking. Woo! And mind control. Right, so they have a regular defense drone, so that's not as big a deal. That only messes with the hacking drone. Their weapons aren't super threatening either. But we got 13 drone parts. We're gonna hack something. Do a weapons hack. Yeah, there's no med bay or anything, so decent chance I'll go for a crew kill here. These guys are just like a pain. I gotta remember to like actually depower this. That's way too late, I think. That's just like, yeah. That was just me not paying attention. So what happens? I got hacking. I'm like, okay, I can just like sit back. I don't need to charge my weapons. I don't need to. I have no power to be doing this. What was I doing there? Probably start firing my weapons. So do that. Great. And hopefully if that one hits, that'd be nice. Don't want to do too much damage, but it's like I want to get some damage on their ship now. Didn't really need to hit the empty room. Just to like get them occupied with repairs and not manning systems and stuff, so they're easier to deal with. Alright. Finally dealt with the mantis on the ship. That's great. Alright, great. And they took the burst laser down too. Also, that's just like a little too generous. Oh hey, welcome to the stream. A more copacetic in your raid, thank you. Doing a stealth C here, and getting pretty stabilized. We just got hacking and mind control, so looking a lot better now. And we're doing the foolish meat sacks fight, which is always a classic. How long did... So definitely a good chance of getting a crew kill here. Can I reach? Yeah, I can reach his tile too. So they're both almost dead. It's gonna take them forever to get weapons back online with the hacking and everything. So just a little bit of a waiting game at this point. Do some mind control. I guess since I know I'm gonna hit, try and do You got it repaired just in time. Never mind. I was going to try and do bioswipe there and get them. But you got that piloting up just in time to mess with that. You can take a shield level down because you're being slow with that. Alright, so do that. Lure them in. I'm going to wait to let you in for a moment, actually. Don't firing. Actually, let's let you in. Alright, so we got the bio swipe. Alright, so just 2 more hits on him, so we don't even need to do a bio swipe on the next one. Alright, crew kill. And we got another crew member, human. Doesn't matter if they're a pilot, because we're not going to take the slug off piloting. That's just too useful. But always nice to have another crew member. Yeah, because he can deal with borders better than the NG can, and not have to run around the other people. So that's right. I wasn't sure how many, if I had 3 or 2 jumps left here. Oh no, I definitely only have 2. If I thought it was close before, it's because I wasn't looking at it right. Foolish meat sacks. Wow, so 2 jumps in a row were foolish meat sacks. That's pretty unusual to run into that. So let's see. This one has a med bay. And more defense drones, but also this is a training ship, isn't it? Let's see. Might just do this time. Not to deal with dancing around quite so much. So I'm thinking here, because this is a heavy ion and a basic laser. So this is totally a training ship, which would be great to catch up on, because we're at sector almost 5 now. Just want to make sure we're all set with that. Just auto fire those. Not steal power from shields, so we don't actually start taking damage from a fight we're safe in. Got that up just in time. So it's like I'm kind of hesitant to run the speed hack thing, partly just because it's also like it shouldn't take that long to just get the evasion training at this point, or the weapons training, and it's like I'm just gonna do some like mind control stuff. Although they're just gonna heal up, that's right. So I don't want you to bother doing that until we're at the point where we're trying to shoot them. Yeah, I'm totally using a ruler to do to determine jumps. Works super well for me. I do a lot of like fine, small measurements for work with rulers as it is, so it's something I'm like comfortable and used to. And also, I guess the other reason is I started out playing on tablet, well, like playing seriously, and so there's no fleet pursuit indicator or anything there. But a ruler is like easy to use on a tablet screen, so I just got in the habit of that, and I kind of kept to it when I switched to doing PC. But yeah, so my history as an FTL player is I played on and off from like a little bit before Advanced Edition came out, and I played on and off on the computer just like casually, and then last summer I got it on tablet after not playing for a couple of years, and that's when I got into watching some people who did like hard mode streaks and learning more about the like depth of the game and getting good at it. And so then I started doing hard mode streaks like in the fall or so. And then partway through this streak, I switched from going on tablet to PC. Both partly because it's like there's a little more you can do with PC, but mostly just to be able to stream and like to have the experience and be more connected with the FTL community also. Alright, so we got our weapons trained. So I can take that power away, extra evasion point. Guess we can auto fire the one thing just to see if we can snipe their drones out a little bit more. That's a pilot. And he just needs like one more jump. There we go. Alright, so that wasn't so bad. That felt worthwhile. Now to think about what I want to do with these guys, because I'd like to get a crew kill here. I feel like it should be possible without too much hassle. Might actually see what level their oxygen is and do it that way, because with the Mantis, it's like the repairs are garbage. So let's just... Just do the beam. Right, so just level 1 oxygen. That's pretty good. So this just takes like a little while now. Well, I guess actually what I want to do, that. Make sure I have the right power going back. I mean, I guess I don't really need my weapons fully charged, but... So let's speed up a little bit once they get it repaired the first time. I mean, I guess I could, like, not even let them do that, but I'm going to let them repair it once at least so I can drain it faster with a hack. And then I'll start mind controlling them out of the room and stuff. Alright, so I'll let them out of the room. Hack it. Shoot it. It's great that the hack works once it's already broken. Like, even if you break it, it doesn't matter. Alright, don't need to use the beam. And they're almost out of O2. And then I'll shoot the, I guess I can just shoot it now, because this is giving them the medi bots. Nice, we got a fire in there too. So he's not gonna be happy about that at all. And at this point, pretty safe. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Got a bunch of fuel, that's good, we needed that. A bunch of scrap. Took a little bit of work, but training, crew kill, good fight. Alright, so there is a store there, but I don't really want to dive. And there's no way that's not a dive. So, I don't really need one. I guess it's just looking for weapons at this point. That almost feels like kind of greedy. Not that I don't need a weapon, but I've gotten a lot from stores recently. Oh, this is great. This is a free weapon. As long as you don't you know, blow them up. Kind of gross fight. I feel like it has Zoltan shields like a lot of the time. I've been very disappointed by this in Sector 1 on like Crystal B. Getting this as like one of the first jumps and be like, oh yay, like free weapon, that'll help. And then it's a Zoltan shield and you're like, oh, I can't do anything. It's like unnecessary to have oxygen going. Kind of worthwhile, actually. I mean, if I didn't dodge it, that's probably worth wasting a laser shot. All right. I like to see that. I mean, I would have liked to hit them a little bit more also, but... Okay, there's that. So next volley we can do a mind control for evasion. I'm going to still hack the weapons, just like split them up a little bit more. That's too bad that the shield's not going to be up in time. Much would have preferred that, obviously. Not really saying a whole lot. Sometimes juggling battery power is kind of a pain. Alright, 1 damage in an empty room. That's not bad at all. I kind of want the hacking power to stay. So the room stays locked down. Slower repairs. And the thing is also, it's like we don't need to kill them, we just need to damage them enough. So it's not too bad. This is a ship I always feel like there's a 4 damage swipe, and there just isn't. At least not that I know of. But it always feels like there should be. I think there's a couple ships are that way. Alright, so this is way safer now. Alright, let them live, return to the settlement. Heavy laser. It's like kind of interesting. In some ways, it's like it is nicer than the burst laser or something, or even the charge laser. But you know, it's like upgrade hacking, and then you can shields hack or whatever. I feel like I'm not supposed to use it for some reason. I mean, getting through shields anyway, but hacking would suck like a lot. Also, I mean, I'm going to be going in Sector 5. I can see 3 shields there. A lot more. I mean, might be able to see 4 shields. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, to find 4 shields in Sector 5. I kind of want those drone parts and that fuel. So I'm going to decline that. Alright, Rock Homeworlds. That's pretty exciting. We saw the research facilities, but we never saw the dense asteroid field, so it's not like passed up a crystal this time. Alright, let's see what's going on here. What time is it? It's starting to get a little late for me. But Sector 5, Rock Homeworlds. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this might be time for me to say good night. I'm sorry for the unexpected. For people who don't watch me, a lot of times I split my runs into 2 parts because I play kind of slow, and you know, I just I like being in a good frame of mind for it. I don't like rushing too much. And either way, like I definitely won't be able to finish it tonight. It's almost at 2 a.m. where I am, and I don't really like streaming past like 2:30 at the latest. So I'd rather like just split it in a nice even spot. But tomorrow, Monday nights are usually good nights for me for streaming. I'm usually on then. Monday, Thursday, Friday are my most common nights. You know, and then sometimes the other nights, it depends. I usually get on around like between 10 and 11 EST, sometimes a little bit later, closer to midnight. And then some nights I do a full run. Depends on the ship and depends how early I start. And some nights I'll split into two, or like if it's a fast second half, I'll start the next one. But thanks everyone. This was a great stream. I had a bunch of people coming out this time. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the raids. So give me a follow if you like the stream. You can shoot me some feedback. I've got my stats for FTL in my profile on Twitch, so if you want to look at those. Also links to like my personal website if you want to see my art, my business and stuff. And so yeah, just thanks everyone for coming out. It's been a lot of fun streaming FTL. I like it more like every time. And Stealth C, this is looking like a solid Stealth C run. I feel like my odds of winning are pretty high at this point. You know, it's never guaranteed. Our defenses can use a little bit more, offense a little bit more, but for Sector 5 on this ship, we're looking pretty good. So that'll be exciting. We'll keep moving towards getting the third cycle. And just moving the streak on and on. Alright, so that's going to be it for me. I'm going to pause it. Main menu. So good night, everyone. Good night, Thomas. Thanks so much for support and everything, and I'll catch you hopefully next time. Let me see, actually, let me pass on the raids. I gotta see who else I can find here. Something I forget about half the time. Let's see, oh, Crow's playing, so that's great. We'll go raid Crow. He's the guy who got me into playing in hard mode and playing at this level and doing streaks and everything. So he's awesome to learn from. And do that raid if you haven't seen him before. I'm sure many of you have. If not, all of you.
As their pilot, but it looks like they're not putting out any offensive weapons.